Welcome everyone. I know it's a bit of a delay, and I know that I started a little bit late. I had some problems starting the stream, but I am joined by Polo God for Italy here for Tier 2. And Polo, how are you doing?
Hello everybody, I'm doing fine, TMD. Finally, a dry race due to the recent weather changes. So, yeah, no more wet weather racing for Tier 2 for, at least for this race.
It's the good part. That's what we loved here. Alright, Tier 3 yesterday. Let's go over this very quickly. Lap 1 collision. Patriot caused that. 14 car pileup. Caused a lot of stuff. Davis and Fire King made some contact as well. And Fire King technically led lap 1. And a lot went down. That race, we had 3 spins out of the net P1, which Hissy was leading in. Then Patriot took that spot, but was penalized after the race, meaning Fire King, who drove back through the field to get P2, won the race. Miss Ditto TV, first French driver to win, P17 to P2, and as well as you have on that grid CJ Pants, who came from the far back as well to get a podium. He's always in contention though, so yeah, that worked out.
Yeah, very interesting Tier 2 race. I was watching it as well. I was watching it with Aaron, trying to help Aaron Ocon and John Busy. Obviously, both of them probably had some of the worst races I've ever seen, but you know, we move on. It was a very chaotic race, so I guess I can't really blame them too much that they didn't really do the best. But still, it was a very entertaining race to watch, especially from the front of the field.
Boss Plays just goes to the fourth. He's a reserve there. As you notice, there's not that many of the drivers here who are usually racing. Crumpy Tripod, a reserve, making his first start. ZZ Boss Plays, a reserve. Big Chungus, a reserve. Bama Outlaw, back to the league and back to Tier 2. XR Wafer, a reserve. Davis, a Tier 3 driver, a Tier 2 reserve. So, a lot's happening.
Yeah, a bit disappointing with the lack of people joining, but to be honest, we've been on such a good run. I mean, like, I guess it's fine that we have at least one race with a bit less people than usual.
Hopefully it's only one race, though, as you said. I want to talk about a few things. The championship, the big three. Kagoda, Pluto, Adam Fav, the top three. 16 points separate them three. Mercedes and Red Bull, the two teams at the front of the constructors, at 1 and 2, all within a race at this point. So they are looking pretty comfortable at the front of the field. Let's go over some of the fun facts, though, for this week. 23 of the 32 drivers have scored points this season. Could we see a 24th, maybe a 25th with the new reserves and the new guys here? Could we see it? Don't know. The first non-rain race since Spain. Championship trouble for GSRLs in this race last season. Rapid Extreme is the only driver to race in every single ARL Tier 2 race, so he keeps that streak going of a driver who does that. And I'm happy to see that streak is kind of continued. And as well as the last non-Big 3 winner was Beatnik back in Singapore. Could we see that today? The Big 3 sit 3rd, 9th, and 7th. Very different. This is the same track where GSR Pluto made his first start at. 3 different winners in the last 3 races, and 3 different pole winners in the last 3 races. Polo, that's some interesting stats right there.
Yes. Definitely with the 3 different winners and 3 different pole sitters, because like the big 3 have been very addish this season, especially with Kagoda winning in Britain. I believe it was Pluto who won, and then it was, I don't know what track it was the other week. Like Hungary. I think it was Adam Fav who won in Hungary. So the last 3 winners, as Big Chungus goes quickest, the last 3 winners have been the big 3. So will that change today? Who knows?
Yeah, not to mention as well, Square got his first points as well yesterday. Thank you for mentioning that, Square. But yeah, Square first points in the racing. That's great to see as well. A lot of great things we saw yesterday, but chaoticness. We seen spins out of the race lead. You know, this is the racetrack where a lot went down. I mean, yesterday especially, you know, what all happened. I mean, this was chaotic. Something we've never seen before. You know, we don't have many of the normal drivers racing. So we're gonna have a lot of reserves here today. We might even have a reserve still win. Who knows at this point? But still, we'll have to find out. Those are your 7 fun facts you got on the screen right there. But yeah, the one that shouts out to me really is 3 different pole sitters in the last 3 races, though. That's what shouts out to me the most. Because of what goes on. XB1 is retired from the session down at turn 3, but 3 different pole winners in 3 different races. Silent back at Spain though, but it all went to go to Hungary. It all came to Silent at Austria, and it all came to Milo Gaming last week. We could see a different pole sitter, 4 different, and we could also see 4 different winners in the last 3 races, or last 4 races as well. Starting now, we could see a lot change. And there goes XR Wafer off at Parabol, or I'm sorry, Ascari. We have a few cars coming on the line though. There's a Haas that's Rapid Extreme about to start his lap. Here is where everything comes into play a lot. The 2 McLarens are very close to each other. This is not good for Matty Mumu and GSR Pluto, but Matty Mumu coming to the line, starting his lap, and behind that there's a Williams Milo Gaming starting his lap. The Ferrari ZZ Boss plays the reserve starting his lap as well. The Renault Utah Elephant, I believe that is, starting his lap as well. No, that's the XR way for pitting. Phoenix retired, and there is Alabama Outlaw going up to P3 in his first Tier 2 race this season. First race since, I think, Spain, around that time. Hungary, I think, maybe. Oh no, not sure. The Toro Rosso Dave is coming to the line, making his first Tier 2 start since last season. It's been a while. It's been about 2-3 months since he's made a start in Tier 2. But the 2 Red Bulls coming to the line. Crumply Tripod completes the checker flag. Adam Fav as well, down in 9th. So, a front row right now for the reserves. Both reserves. The Toro Rosso is going to come to the line right now. Thrasher is going to go off the racetrack. Going to retire from the session. The Mercedes behind that. Kagoda on an invalidated lap. What would have it been, though? This would have been a very good time of Kagoda. 119.1 it would have been, but checkered flag.
Pole. That's interesting.
Here comes everyone to the line. Rapid Extreme, Matty Mumu, GSR Pluto, and behind that Milo Gaming. Rapid Extreme 13th right now. Matty Mumu 4th for him. Where do they go? Matty Mumu is not there. GSR Pluto at the top.
Goes pole.
And there you go.
Milo goes 5th.
Milo improving and very close as well. ZZ Boss plays the reserve to 4th. Where does the racing point go of Silent? Silent goes 7th.
Silent goes 7th.
Finn
and Davis.
His 3rd start as well. Where is he going to go in his racing point car? He is down, but is going to complete the checkered flag. Davis behind that, 2 tenths up. Can it be a top 13, top 15 start for him? Where is he going to go? Coming to the line, Davis. Top 13.
Not bad for a Tier 3 driver.
GSR Pluto, 4th different pole winner in the 4 races we've had. The first Big 3 driver. The first driver that's in that Big 3 since it was Adam Fav. Look at how close the pole times are. 41 1,000ths this is. Go down the order here, Paulo, if you can.
GSR Pluto, honestly, not surprised got pole. He's been Big 3. Big Chungus taking a surprise P2 as a reserve. Crumbly Tripod, now, to say
3
I'm
reserves.
not surprised is, yeah, 3
4th.
reserves. Yeah, Alabama Outlaw in 5th, making his first start since Tier 1, Milo Gaming 6th, Silent 7th, Matty Mumu 8th, Kagoda 9th, and Adam Fav 10th, so the 2 of the Big 3 starting just inside the top 10.
Wow.
It's really interesting.
I don't mean to hype everything up too much, but Kagoda, I don't mean to be mean, but he really sucked here last year. He didn't do too good. He didn't do too good. And the championship Big 3 start 1st, 9th, and 10th. Pluto is 2nd in the championship. We've seen this championship change about 3-4 times this season so far. So we've seen the Big 3 lead it at every point in the season. We've seen Kagoda, Adam Fav. We've seen Pluto lead it. So all depends on what's gonna happen here for this race. We have the formation lap coming underway pretty soon. We're gonna pick 2 favorites. And I gotta say, Polo, oh my god, that was an amazing session. Reserves really showing what they are capable of doing. You know, hey, I deserve a full-time ride. This is why. You know, this is why. Big Chungus, Crumply Tripod, ZZ Boss plays. ZZ Boss had a bad start in Spain in his first start. he had a really bad race. Big Chungus, last time out, was 8th. Got a penalty for crashing into Thrasher. 18 drivers make up the grid here today in Italy. After this being the, I would say, the worst attendance so far for Tier 2 since the last season. We've had a full grid every race up until now. I'm going to pick the favorites. GSR Pluto, I want to mention, he was denied last season of a win. A first win in his first race. Ozone Tech, the kid who changed his gamer tag 30 times that everyone says. He won the race. You know, the thing is, he got a last corner penalty, which was removed because of how, you know, BS it was, but it was, you know, it was removed. And Pluto was not given the win. If it weren't for that, Pluto would be given the win. The Racing Point team with the constructors, they won the constructors last year. Pluto raced for that team at that time that they won. So Pluto's looking good. I actually want to take one of the championship. I actually want to take someone not in the championship contenders. I actually want to take Crumply Tripod in 3rd. I'm going to steal it from you. Crumply Tripod practice here. This is his best track. He's shown great pace, and he's looking to make his first start a special one today. He's making his first start, and last time someone made their first start at this racetrack in Tier 2, they won the race, along with Aaron Felipe in Tier 1, who got a podium. So, Crumply Tripod, it looks all good for him for drivers who make their first start at this racetrack. Polo, who are your 2?
Well, I'm completely oblivious now since you took Crumply Tripod from me, but I think Big Chungus could be up there, especially since he's shown great pace at this track when I've raced with him. He's a very quick driver, and I know he does have the pace to race at the front, especially at a track like Italy. And I'm going to go shot on the dark. I think Kagoda could fight his way back through the field, considering this is Monza, this is the Temple of Speed, where overtakes are probably the easiest to do in this track. So Kagoda could take advantage of that and go up into maybe a podium. Yeah.
We saw a podium from 17th at the grid yesterday. XB1 starts on 17th, as well as Davis making his first Tier 2 start in a while. Down in 13th as well. You're going to watch from the back of the grid, I'm going to watch from the front. Here we go for 5 red lights this time. Here we go for the start. GSR Pluto sitting on pole, waiting for the 5 red lights. They're coming on pretty soon. Here we go. 5 red lights for the Monza Grand Prix. Italian Grand Prix. Here we come for Italy. We are about to be away, and we are green. Big Chungus, not a good start by him. They're about to go 3 wide here. Boss Place spinning them down the inside. They're almost making contact and almost wheel banging, but Crumply Tripod gets through. Now into turn 1 where all the chaos went down yesterday. Side by side, 3 wide. Crumply Tripod goes off.
It's a bit of damage.
All keeping it clean from yesterday.
Yeah, it was very, very clean. There's a bit of damage for someone, I'm not sure who.
Now for P2, Boss Plays trying on Crumply Tripod down the inside. Crumply Tripod gained a place for corner cutting right there, but got a 5-second for it. Now Boss Plays hits the grass and goes into the grass after being in the gravel. Gets passed by 2 cars right there, but Crumply Tripod up to P3, and who knows if that penalty will get removed, but probably not, because it'll probably be served. Now Kagoda battling with Milo up to 8th. Everyone has avoided the trouble that happened yesterday. XB1 going wide in the back, but Kagoda up to P7 for P9. And Boss Plays dropping down the order with Bama, and then 3 wide in the chicane. Silent forcing Bama off. Bama going off the racetrack. Kagoda has to avoid that. And Kagoda down the order.
Adam Fav's passing, he's now battling Milo. Adam Fav. Good start from him as they're side by side. Milo has the better straight line speed. Is he going to make a move for Kyle Balkan? No, Milo stays ahead.
Here comes as Pluto leading the first lap, and it looks to be redemption so far. At least at this point in the race, considering last season. And Silent and Bama go side by side into turn 1. Bama ahead of Silent. Oh, Matty Mumu! Matty Mumu just caused the car park in turn 1.
Yeah,
damage.
Almost a massive car park, and Kagoda is down in 13th now.
He might have damage.
But
Matty
he doesn't
Mumu
have
caused part of
damage, but
that.
he's been
3 wide!
He's been caught up with 3 wide. Oh my goodness! Is he gonna make the mistake? No, he's gonna have to cut the corner. That's definitely a warning for Kagoda, but he's not really left enough room, so he's fair enough. And there's a yellow flag.
Davis. XBLO on Rapid Extreme at the very back. Oh, that's pretty close between them. XBLO trying to make a move into Ascari, not close enough to make that move on Rapid Extreme at the very back. So far, a train from Bama on back, sort of, and the kind of battle with XR Wafer with Adam Favre here. There's yellow flag. That's Thrasher out, and Rapid Extreme is out as well out of Ascari. It's safety car.
Oh, the safety car has been deployed. And what happened? Did both of them get out of Ascari, or did they collide out of Ascari?
Both of them went out. Yeah, I don't know if they collided, but both of them went out. Maybe one of them ran wide. I don't know what happened, but people pitting already. Pluto really missed the pit lane because of where he was at. He couldn't pit already. So he's basically in trouble for that.
I think they're all pitting for hards and going to the end, or mediums, no, hards. They're all going on to hards.
Yeah, XR Rafer trying to do a two-stop, I think, as well. He's in the medium, so is Silent and Boss Plays. Staying out was the top 7 right there. Yeah, I see Thrasher, you're in chat. What'll happen there? I want to see your point of view. But yeah, Thrasher out of the race already, but his teammate Davis is repairing a front wing right now.
So, yeah, this is an interesting turn of events now with now everyone pitting and a safety car. I mean, safety cars are a very common occurrence in this league, but this early, interesting.
Yeah, Hissy was like, this is what I need in my tier 3 race. Yeah, kind of was that way, but regardless, lap 3 already. Pluto pulled out to that lead, but he's yet to pit the medium runners as well. Beatnik, Utah, and Finn doing a different strategy kind of on those mediums, staying out. Maybe gonna go mediums to softs. They're gonna try. Well, this safety car definitely helps that for sure.
And the safety car for the people who pit on the hards. People who pit on the hards have made absolutely a magical strategy call, because I'm pretty sure those hards can either easily go to the end or just barely go to the end. But since they barely go to the end, will the likes of Crumbly Tripod, GSR Pluto, and Big Chungus get to the end on the mediums, be right on the hard runners? Who knows? If a second safety car comes out, I think it will be a really, really close finish. But I'm not sure what's going to happen yet.
Yeah, you just never know. I mean, a lot of stuff can go down, and you've seen it before in these races. What goes on? You know. Safety car ready. So Pack is going to be back bunched up again. So a lot can really go down here. A lot can happen. There's the people who pitted for hards, XPLO and Wafer, and Silent and Boss Plays pitted for the mediums. They're going for the two-stop, I'm going to assume, or maybe thinking they can make it through here. But they're going to bet on a late race safety car at this point, because they can go softs at the end if they can get this right. That's what they're betting on. And for tier 2, I wouldn't be surprised. We've yet to have a late race safety car. And this track produced a late race safety car last season in tier 1 with the amazing podium from Atlantis at the time, but after appeals, Axe got P3 and Atlantis got P4, but the best finishes by them so far, and they've yet to see the podium since, or their best finish, Atlantis, 4th. He's never got anywhere up from that.
Yeah, people, like, Monza is a track where if you're really strong, you can really get a really good result here because of how easy it is to overtake. If you're stuck in the DRS train of a slower car, obviously that's not going to be ideal, but obviously if you do have the pace to get past these guys, you could be on for a very, very good result.
I mean, look at Fire King and Ditto yesterday. They came from 5th, 6th, 4th, around there, with 3 laps to go, where they finished first, second. I mean, dominant square, passed a few cars. I mean, help with trouble, but the thing was, he passed a few cars and he got through. He got to points. I mean, as well as Raptor, he held on from a wing damage. Still finished 5th. Hissy pitted after not pitting the whole race. Finished 6th. I mean, a lot went down. So, mediums can't do 23 laps. Yeah, that's for sure. We know that. But I'm just kind of curious here. They're going to go softs at the end, but the guys in hards, Adam Faf Kagoda, are really in favor right now of this. You know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did this for hards. Yes, it is. So, I think it's the guys who haven't pitted, I think ZZ Boss Plays is the first car from the people who've pitted, I think, if I go to stops. Yeah, ZZ Boss Place is technically, if you once you consider everyone pitting, as Rapid Extreme leads the session, though, yeah. From a technical point of view, he's technically in the net race lead, unless like Pluto and Chungus and Company Tripod get like the biggest pull away ever. ZZ Boss leading this race. This is a really interesting start considering this is one of his first starts and he is a reserve. So seeing a reserve win this race could be special considering
That gives you a
we've
ride,
had a
you
reserve
know?
win. We've had a reserve win here last season as well. Safety cars in this lap.
Yeah, we've seen a reserve win in Tier 3 already. Chevy Giant, he got promoted to a ride. What happened to him? There you go. I mean, all that being said, a reserve winning the race, you see how it goes. Ollie Mason as well, back at Australia, won the race. He was a reserve. So today could be the day. Big Chungus, Crumpling Tripod, ZZ Boss plays. I mean, XR Wafer, they're still left in the race here. Pluto backing up the pack. You know how safety car restarts go at this track. How far is he going to back up the pack? He's going to press the gas and press the brake at the same time. Don't pull a Kagoda at Singapore. We kind of learned what that did. We saw how much of a problem that caused, but some cars ducking out and kind of waiting for the safety car to come in. It's come in now, but when does Pluto decide to go? Coming up the final corner, now he goes, and around goes the
Big
Williams!
Chungus loses it! Big Chungus
And there they go! Big crash! Kagoda or no beatnik!
Oh my word, there's an absolute car park and a Parabolica! What has gone on there?
Bama, Beatnik, Chungus already involved. Now into turn 1, they're all 5 wide almost. They're going 5 cars within 3/10 here. Contact between Crumply Tripod and Boss Plays. But from all this, Silent, who's pitted, has taken second. It's a Pluto Silent 1-2. And
Oh my god,
Utah.
Silent is in the net race lead, I just realized. But there's Utah
Yeah.
Elephant coming at him. Silent could actually be on for a win here.
Oh,
and
jumped
he
over
just
the
goes
curb.
over the curb.
Don't pull enough Z Ryan from last year. That could have been way worse. Now, Complete Tripod on Boss Plays. Goes down the inside and goes through at the Lesmos. Yeah, we saw what happened to the safety car restart. So it triggered by Big Chungus spinning. I think Bama and Beatnik try to avoid him. And now at this point, Bama and Beatnik are just hoping for another safety car.
But since Silent pitted for mediums, he's not going to make it to the end. There's no way.
Now
Same
he's
as
going to
ZZ
be
Boss.
soft. Here comes Kagoda on Finn. Here they go 3 wide almost with Milo Gaming. Milo Gaming is slipstreaming for them both. He might make it 3 wide. Milo and Finn made some contact last week. Going back and forth with that battle for P10, but now it's a battle for P6. Adam Fav within this mix, he's kind of split by Kagoda. Adam Fav's going to need a lot because Kagoda leads the championship. It's not going to help with Pluto leading at the same time.
It's going to massively benefit Pluto since he has
Into turn 1.
clean air.
Milo on the inside of Finn. Adam Fav gets by the car behind him, but now Milo into the grass. Not contact with Finn, but it was close. There easily could have been. Complete Tripod getting a Utah for P3. He's not going to try it. Again, Milo and Adam Fav. And Finn all close. Milo jumping over the curb a little bit. XR Wafer takes a penalty. Yellow flag. That's XR Wafer round. Resetting onto the racetrack. That's probably going to be a 5-second penalty.
Plus that 3 seconds you just got there, yeah.
You know we know the rule about resetting the track the way it goes. You know, you can't reset the track anymore unless you're stuck. He wasn't stuck, so we know the rule. I mean, just look at how unrealistic that looks. I mean, it just doesn't look realistic. That won't happen in real life. But either way, out of Ascari right now, Crumply Tripod close to Utah Elephant. Boss Plays close to them as well. And Kagoda's going to get by him and do Parabolica. He's by, but now Milo and Finn battling for P7 side by side. Finn's yet to pit, I'm pretty sure, but Milo already has.
Kagoda sets the fastest lap on the hards as well. Kagoda could be,
Kagoda fastest lap?
Kagoda, yeah, since Kagoda is,
Whoa!
on the hards.
Adam Fav and Finn and Milo almost collided, and that could have been an airplane crash. That could have been a big one right there. Now, contact with Adam Fav and Finn. Through Curva Grande, through turn 3, a little bit of contact again. Adam Faber on the outside. Big Chunk is taking the fastest lap, but does Finn try to switch back? But around the outside, he's going to go into the grass and going to go off the track.
Adam Fab does a Leclerc.
Pulls over
Oh
the
my
racetrack.
word! No,
XB1
that was
wall.
intentional from Finn. That was intentional from Finn. I'm sorry. That was... I don't know what he was doing there. I mean, Adam Fab did push him off the racetrack, but that retaliation was just not on. Does Adam Fab
The
have damage?
tripod has Scary making the move. He's gonna go through ahead of Utolfin, but gets
Oh,
hit.
his contact!
Around he goes.
Both of them have contact, and oh, that's what happened there. I think only Tripod went for a slightly ambitious move on Utah Elephant, and that's him dropping down the order.
Come back at it, I want to say too. I mean, it came back at it. Finn passed by XR Wafer, and Adam Fab is closer to Kagoda again. And that battle for P3 it was. Now Kagoda goes P3, and ZZ Boss plays DRS on him into turn 1. Not enough. Matty Mumu and Adam Fab. Matty Mumu goes by Adam Fab, but Adam Fab breaking lane to turn 1 and around they go!
Adam Fab.
Oh, what a chaotic race this has been so far. He's
Oh,
about to go
this has
around
been-
again. And look who goes P7. We've not talked about him a lot, but Davis.
Davis. Davis was round at the start of this race, so that's what the guys who have to
Finn
pick.
was paused,
He's
taking
in
a
a-
clip, and then AI put him back on. Okay,
Oh,
that's what happened.
oh yeah.
And Bama is out in the pit lane already. Looked like a good run for him, and he could actually compete this time at the front end for points compared to Tier 1, but this time he's out of the race already. He's the 3rd driver out of the race.
So, Milo is in net P2, I think. Yeah, as Kagoda is net leader because of everyone having to pit. The Silent can't go to the end of these mediums, no way. There's another
Matty
yellow
Mo
flag.
Utolfin's around out of Ascari. Davis
This has
passed by
been a
extra
really
wafer.
chaotic race.
This really has. I mean, I wouldn't say it's been the cleanest race so far. I mean, we've seen a lot of incidents, but I don't know. I mean, we see the trains so close. We see drivers close to one another, about to pass them. Pluto still has us lead by 2.3 seconds, but now Matty Mumu and Davis try an XR Wafer into turn 1. Davis not close enough. Yeah, so what caused that safety car was Thrasher and Rapid, but what caused the mess after the safety car restart was Big Chungus went around and it caused Bama and Beatnik, who were trying to avoid that, to hit and make contact, and that's what ended the race.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Well, since the safety car came in, there was no way. So, as XR Wafer almost loses, and Davies is coming back at him, and he gets the move. But Davies is up to 6th now.
It's been a bit of ambitious moves from a lot of drivers, but Kagoda gets passed by Boss, plays into a Scary. He's going to make it work. Cuts the corners a little bit, but gets through an exit. So Kagoda's been passed. It's down to P4. Not a day Adam Fab really needed a lot. It's not gone too well from XR Wafer, picks up a penalty. Davis almost losing it out of Ascari as well. Now, here he comes into Parabolica, XR Wafer, gaining while Matty Mumu watches this go on.
We got
Side
Matty
by
Mumu.
side,
He's
Pluto
gaining
pits.
so much there. As Matty Mumu around the outside of Davis. Bringing his
He's trying, and
DRS as well.
Davis won't have, no, he will have DRS, but they're all gaining next to Wafer as GSR Pluto, the race leader, Dead Pitty's going to come out behind Adam Fab. Now into turn 1, braking at a lot of speed. Davis clips the grass, is going to go a little bit wide, but Matty Mumu is going to stay behind as well with the more ERS compared to these guys. Pluto passed by Utah Elephant as well, down to P11.
There's now a train now with Finn coming up behind. Matty
Down
Mumu,
the
he goes for
inside.
move.
Makes it work, but
And
Matty
Matty-
Mumu jumps
oh.
over the curb and gets a penalty.
And Fab goes past as well.
Comes Pluto on Utah Elephant trying it into the Lesmos. He might get him here. And yeah, he does.
He gets it done.
So right now, GSR Silent, the race leader.
He's gonna have to pit. So unless he pulls off something massive in the pit stops and get him to soft.
Okay, but Alabama Outlaw told me he did rage quit. He actually had to do something. So he preferred to retire the car instead of keeping AI and getting a DNR. So yeah, So yeah, that's what he did. He didn't rage quit. He just gone to the pits to retire. He let me know about that. So, alrighty. Well, now into turn 1, Davis keeps P6 right now. Talk about the reserves, the race they've had. Crumbly Tripod performing at the front. Big Chungus as well. Before that spin, he was up and really a P2. As well as, I want to give a shout out to XR Wafer. You know, keeping his car clean. He's really not been in any incidents compared to most everyone else. I mean, he's kept the car clean. He's been in a good position. And he's kept his car up to P5. And he's pulled away from Davis. And his chance at Milo could be more. But he's on the mediums. That's what he pitted for. And Boss Plays, I gotta give it to him. He made his first start in Spain, and he had a really bad race. Like, he was down very, very low. Battled Milo earlier this week in SRL, and has been a contender for really a tier 2 driver. And now he's battling Pagoda, going back and forth with him, the championship leader right now, if this stands. And he gets a penalty. Commentator's curse right there. I love it. I love it.
Looking at penalties, Silent also has a penalty.
Adam Fab has closed that gap to Finn and Matty Mumu now. But Pluto's going to close this gap to DRS in about approximately 5 laps here. It all depends on safety cars, all depends on what goes on. But Davis gets passed by Finn into Parabolica, and he is clear of him.
As Boss Plays goes past Kagoda, is he going to go for a move back?
Kagoda's still there. The curb right there goes by as Boss Plays up to P2. So, if you want to talk about redemption right now, I don't want to curse anything, but it's all looking good for Silent so far. Can he make those mediums last? Don't know. But the thing is, with him, over the Pluto, he has an 18-second lead. A pit stop around here, I want to say, is 20, 21, 22 seconds. Around that. So, even when he pits for softs at the final part of the race, Pluto's mediums will be probably done, of course, but I'm just thinking with Silent, if he pits when he should be able to do what he can to catch Pluto. I mean, I'm thinking where he will be at. He will be a contender for a podium or at least the top 5 or at least a good finish, but he's got to keep it on the racetrack. He's got to do all he can. As you saw right there, just a little bit of a corner cut. You know, something little like that can spin you. That curve right there on the inside easily can spin you around. Something like that, oh yeah, you can be done. Like that extra way for a hole. Oh, that was close. Yeah,
there was a
right
massive...
Not even 5 laps it took. Pluto has caught up to the train. What's up?
It's like a massive train, yeah. I was about to mention that.
Yeah, a lot has gone on so far. Change for position for P2. Kagoda gets by and stays ahead for now. Now Davis gaining on Finn into turn 1. Where does Davis go? He's going to go to the outside this time. Where he gone while passing Raptor yesterday? Side by side. Davis are on the outside, and Finn is still ahead. Now Pluto's got to be careful because this 5-car train, he's sitting with his teammate where his teammate and him can work together to win this race. But he's going to go by Matty Mumu now, down the inside. Now he goes ahead.
Yep, Pluto's ahead. Wouldn't really say team orders. Like,
yeah, no, Matty Mumu just didn't want to challenge. It looked like he knew he was nowhere near the pack. He knew he was farthest behind. He knew, all right, well, I just better sit behind him and learn from my teammate at this point. Oh, there, Davis goes wide.
Davis. Now Adam Fab gets through, and then Pluto's coming at Adam Fab now.
Pluto has DRS stuck open or stuck closed. He has no DRS, but he's going to gain an Adam Fab, almost able to pass him there with no DRS. Oh my god. Crumbly Tripod picks up a penalty as well, the reserve. And Kagoda has gained on Silent. 2 seconds now between them. Halfway through this race. Already? What? Already halfway? Yeah, this track goes by way too fast. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Extra way for pitting.
Yep.
So,
going into
Boss Plays looking for his first podium. Silent for the first of the season. Adam Fab goes down the inside of Finn. Pluto still no DRS, but he's in the slipstream, which is good enough, and he's going to hit the back of Finn.
One thing will cause damage, but is he going to come back out of turn 2? Finn gets a bad exit, but
around the outside. This is where Alonso and Vettel battled in 2011 and 2012 as well. Now, Pluto goes by, and this is where he needs to be. Nearest championship rivals,
No.
well, Adam Fav.
Adam Fab's on old hards, while Pluto's on fresh mediums, so...
You know, we've not talked about today as much. Milo Gaming sitting in a P4 after pitting early, you know. Sitting in a good position. So Kagoda has a penalty right now. Let's look at Kagoda and Silent's penalties. Kagoda has a penalty and a warning. Silent has a penalty and a warning, but that penalty was straight away. So I'm just curious, would that get removed? That's only 2 warnings, so that would get removed right away. Adam Fab staying ahead of Pluto right now for a P5 position right now. Pluto almost won this race last year as well, so he's gonna have to. Big Chungus goes off.
Oh, Big Chungus way. Oh,
So Boss
he
plays
went
pits.
off out of his Scary. This is the
Silent
run
gonna try
time
to
now
make it
where...
all the way in the mediums though? Is he gonna try that? I don't know.
Wouldn't be
Pluto
possible, I don't
with no
think.
DRS is going by Adam Fab. Adam Fab in the slipstream again into turn 1. Not enough. Pluto goes ahead. Adam Fab's still there though, around the outside. Oh,
contact!
He pushes
And that
Pluto
Finn's getting
wide.
through.
Contact, and Pluto has damage.
Oh no, Pluto has
That was-
damage.
That was a bit
well,
ambitious.
it's pretty much a Rafa Lucas term incident from ARL.
Yeah. Adam Fab misses the corner.
Oh no, Pluto's gonna go back ahead, I think. He rejoins the track and he has a 3-second penalty.
That probably will get removed, I would assume. That's not right. I mean, he rejoined the way that tells you to in real life, so, I mean, what's wrong with that? Extra way for a 3-second penalty. He'd have to show his race director, though, after the race. That's the problem. So, yeah. Never overtaken the outside of turn 1. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. But Utelephant and Boss Plays Big Chungus behind there as well. Side by side, Utelephant goes by. But Boss Plays trying to dive it back down the inside, not enough. Into a Scary. 3-5
Yeah,
battle
here he
for
comes
P9. That was
in.
a nice battle.
His Big Chungus. Oh my god, is he gonna get a double overtake on these two? I think he
He
is.
might. Oh, pushes Utelephant a little bit wide there. And now,
His easy Boss places gets through. Now Finn's in the pit.
Finn, yep. So the only drivers yet to pit in the mediums are Utelephant and Silent. Silent, 14 laps in those mediums.
He's losing a lot of pace. He probably should
If
this
he
lap.
pits now, he would come out around 6th, 7th. Big Chungus, 3-second penalty for corner cutting. And this race ain't over yet. Finn's going on to softs, where I would expect him to go on, but Boss Plays one on the mediums. And XR for one on the mediums as well. That's a bit of a question there, of why that happened. DRS for
Wait,
Dakota
XR
and Silent
was
as
on-
well.
So XRF was on the soft, so he went on the 2 sets of mediums. Maybe
So yeah,
he
he
was
went
on like... I don't
Yeah.
know. Why did he go on to soft? That's really interesting.
He pitted 2 ups earlier. Boss Plays easily could have. Matty Moo and Pluto trade positions. Pluto's by, but remember, Pluto's damage.
Yeah, and he's just so much understeer out of his Scary.
Oh.
Silent pits.
Pagoda goes by Silent and Silent pits right when he needs to. Utelephant picks up a penalty. So soft tires for Silent, I'm going to assume. This is what
Yes,
could
I
win
would.
the race. If a safety car comes out, he's in the right position. Softs it is for Silent. But that
Oh, yeah,
5
the
seconds
5
being... That's what's being served.
Oh.
That's an issue. It's going to be farther back than I expect him to be. But who's running in a
Davis
podium
is gonna be
position right now?
Q3.
Davis. Wow.
But Pluto is coming up behind him, but then again, Pluto does have damage. So
So Silent's going to come
Just
out
go
9th.
to
He originally would
70
come out
penalties?
around that 6th, 7th, 8th area. He would originally come out there if it weren't for the 5 second. So yeah, he's like 4.6 seconds behind that little train. So he's going to have to do everything he can. Hope for a safety car. But he's kept this race clean so far, which is good.
something also to mention, Davis has absolutely nothing in terms of warnings. Milo
Wow.
has 2 warnings, and Pagoda has a penalty and 2 warnings.
Remember,
Matty
Pluto's in
Moon
the
was a
championship
penalty.
lead, or was in the championship battle, still is, but right now it doesn't look too good for him. Adam Fab doesn't look good for him as well. He's going to have to recover a ton in next week in Germany.
Yeah, Davis could be on for a podium, and he's a tier 2 driver. Tier 3, sorry.
Tier 3, yeah. Yeah, that's insane. Milo Gaming's
could
in a good position as well, too, with
Yeah,
Kagoda
P2.
leading. So that's good for him. Wow. I'm shocked by you saying Davis for a podium right there. I don't know how this is possible. last season in Tier 2, he was sitting here running for podiums with the less competition. The only guys here from last season that I can think of that would compete in last season were Pluto, at least in this tier, Pluto, Silent, and yeah, there you go, Pluto by Davis. Yeah, but Pluto, Silent, and probably just Rapid and Thrasher as well. Those are the only 4, I think, in this lobby that competed last season. So Davis gets passed by the 2 McLarens for that position.
He's now going to try DRS.
And Fab gets passed by Big Chungus as well for P7. Silent catches up a ton right there, as you see, but a safety car, a late race safety car, anything could happen, anything could change his stuff, because the way Italy is, you know, a safety car comes out, just like last season, everything changes. Penalties? Oh boy, yeah, you wait.
Yeah, because Kagoda has a penalty and Milo has 2 warnings. So if a late race safety car comes out, Davis could be on for the win.
Not even that, Milo could be as well.
Yeah, Milo has nothing. Has 2
Milo
warnings,
just set his fastest lap on his last lap right there as well. He's been setting consistent 124s. Look at his lap times. Very consistent by Milo. He's staying with Kagoda very well.
Yeah, 124s across the board in the last, like, 10 laps.
That's insane. Those hards, yeah. And especially with how worn they are probably by now. Wow. Wow. Big question. Boss plays. Right there. I think that's what you're going to say. Boss plays. Trying to overtake Davis. Davis trying to hold on. And now Davis gets passed there from P3 down to P6. Boss plays locks up though into turn 1.
Yeah.
Fab close to Big Chungus as well. Go ahead. Sorry.
I think Davis is trying to use his boss plays to try and catch up to the likes of Pluto and Matty Mumu, DRS.
Yeah, because he's on mediums. There
He's
you go.
trying to save ERS at the same time.
There you go. Silent close to Adam Fab as well for P8. This could change the championship even more by 2 points. Adam Fab might not even be in the championship hunt really the next few races right now with the way this looks. Don't even look like it.
Yeah, Silent's now on the back of Adam Fab. He's going to get this one.
Nobody in this field has better than 50% ERS right now. Wow. Wow. ERS is key here. Silent goes by Adam Fab.
It's the toughest track to ERS save, honestly. It's kind of hard to save ERS because everyone's attacking you from every corner.
A yellow flag! That's extra wafer in the barrier!
Oh my god, is there going to be a safety car? No, there isn't.
Not right now.
Not out, but
Wow.
he's stuck on the track. I think hasn't moved.
XR Wafer is in the barrier there, and he's stuck in the barrier. Disqualified right there. Davis goes by and gets passed by Big Chungus. Silent is there to challenge for a good position. Now there's another yellow flag. That's someone else.
I think it's Wafer, probably.
Might be. Davis gets passed by Silent there for P7. So down the order from P3 to P8. Just a matter of 4 laps right there for Davis.
It shows how the difference between Tier 3 and Tier 2 is. I was hoping for Davis, but then again, like, no disrespect to him, he is in Tier 3, so you don't really expect him to be there with those guys. So,
right. You
yeah,
don't expect him to be running up at the podium every race. You don't expect him to stay there. Now Silent on Big Chungus down at Ascari. Silent goes through and is ahead.
Jeez,
oh, Big Chungus! Almost hit him. Good.
Yeah, Silent pulled off what Crumbly Tripod couldn't. Do you tell Elephant as Big Chungus kind of comes back at him, but no, it's not gonna work.
My question is Silent going to challenge for a podium now because Pluto has damage. He's holding on that pack somewhat, keeping Matty Moo somewhat DRS, and he's on the soft tires, but he doesn't have DRS right there. Now, low ERS for him. Big Chungus goes by.
Yeah, Boss Plays could be on for a podium. Because
yeah, so could Matty Moo.
he has a penalty, but so does Matty Mumu. And he also has 3 seconds, which will probably remove, which is probably unfair.
Yeah.
And Pluto has... Oh, Pluto only has 2 warnings. He doesn't even have a penalty. I didn't realize that.
Silent down the inside out of the chicane. Not enough. Penalty for him.
Oh, he has a penalty. And Fab also has a penalty.
I'm noticing right here, Boss plays the same with Manny Moon. He can't get by him, but Manny Moon was kind of being the wingman, I guess, for Pluto. Because Pluto's damaged. Manny Moon no longer within duress now. So that's gonna suck. Oh.
It's not good for McLaren and Boss plays. Yeah, both making moves of their story.
Yellow flag?
Yellow flag.
Where's that? You tile!
You tell him.
Same place where Nufsy Ryan crashed last season.
No safety car though. Oh, very safety car.
Gets passed by Boss Plays, we missed that. And silent by Big Chungus. So Silent does have a penalty, but I'm wondering if he's going to try to appeal that. I don't know if he will, I don't know if he won't, but regardless, I'm thinking with all how this goes, this could change quickly. Big Chungus by Silent.
Yes, not sure how many penalties Big Chungus has. I think, all things being considered, I think Davis could be NP6 here if he keeps behind these guys.
Yeah.
It's a very good result considering he was in Tier 3. Though we have seen how quick he can be in Tier 3. He's put in like 2 dominating performances, so getting points in Tier 2 is really impressive for him. Beating Adam Fab, who is P3 in the championship.
Oh my god, yeah, that's true. Now Silent coming on Big Chungus here into Ascari. And he's gonna go by for now, and he stays ahead this time. The problem is Silent has low ERS compared to Big Chungus, but they both do. But Silent's not using it as much because of the fact how low it is, and Big Chungus I think just had a purple sector too. So right there, I'm curious to see Silent's gonna have DRS, Big Chungus gonna have DRS on Silent again. We know how effective that DRS is here on that front straight, so I'm curious. Silent, does he pull out of that DRS? Does he catch them? I mean, what'll happen?
Yes, Big Chungus, is he gonna make a move into turn 1? The answer is yes. Here he comes, down the inside.
These two cannot stop battling back and forth.
Over the curve.
Silent pushes him off though.
Silent pushes off. Another turn Rafa Lucas incident. And Big Chungus is spun. He's off the track.
He spun it off of turn 3 in front of
he's down to 11th.
Wow. Look how much that
probably
changed.
Tripod could be scoring points.
Yeah, so could Beatnik after being involved in that first safety car incident with Bama after the restart. Yeah, I think Milo may have fell off, and his lap times he has started falling off. Big Chungus is out.
Virtual safety car. Oh, that was a safety car.
VSC. Oh boy. Oh man. Right at the Lesmos.
Remove virtual, and everyone would go. Then we'd all be going crazy if the virtual word was taken off.
Yes, we would be. You know very well. So, as the running order stands, Kagoda, Milo, Pluto. Boss Plays is on for podium. So is Silent here if he gains up on these guys with the soft tires. DRS back enabled. Kagoda pulled away right there. 7.3 seconds. 6.8 now actually. So into turn 1, Matty Moon was lost time. Boss Plays challenging Pluto for his first podium. It's running away from him though. Milo, 2 P2s this season already. So, could we see another one?
Yeah, Milo, yeah, I think he's going to get it comfortably since he doesn't have any penalties.
And not to mention, Kagoda started P9. Tax and Pluto, lowest back in the grid for their wins. P9, that was. So, Kagoda's going to tie it today. If he just wins this race.
And also, Kagoda has a penalty in
P3.
2 warnings. P3, oh. D-Boss Plays, gets past Pluto. Oh my god.
Do a podium spot. Boss Plays as a reserve.
The Boss Plays, I think, yeah, Boss Plays is a penalty. Unless Pluto gets a penalty at the death. It's still not going to be enough for him.
Wow. Whoa, I just broke my chair.
As Crumbly Tripod gets past Beaten up into P9.
I just broke my chair. I don't know if you heard that sound in the back.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I just
I
broke my chair.
heard it.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
The telephone is penalty. We need to have a look at GSR Pluto. Is he gonna get the penalty at the deck? Then he's not gonna get a podium.
Adam Fab by Davis, though, for P7. Adam Fab goes ahead. Nick on Crumply Tripod can't make a move right there. Oh my god, my chair broke.
Of course. It could be an ARL race, so that's something happening.
Oh my god. Well, we come to 1 lap to go. This time Kagoda leading over Milo. How worn are those tires, though? They've gone 23 laps on those hards. Who has managed those tires the most? And what I'm concerned about, though, I don't know how long hards can go, but I'm told mediums can go 15, 16 laps. So, do the hards by Milo or Kagoda get a puncture? I'm curious.
That doesn't seem likely.
It doesn't seem likely, but depends on how they've been managing it, because Milo's lap time has fell off a ton. And how is Kagoda's lap? And down the order goes Davis!
Davis is messed up with a scar.
Final lap, though, this time. Kagoda, where's his lap time's gone? Yeah, they've fallen off a ton. His lap times have fallen off a ton. There you go. Yeah, this is what I'm curious about. Does Kagoda and him keep it on track?
The telephone's slow.
Yeah, I'm guessing he's just wanting to be lapped and, you know, finish the race a lap down. He don't want to do the last lap and do it again, you know. I'm just assuming that. But
yeah, he's
I guess good choice for him.
Yeah.
He's running in the points until his issue, but yeah, I think Kagoda has pulled away from Milo right there. Oh, Milo! Whoa, almost spins it there through the Lesmos.
And Zebos Place is catching up with Mambo as a penalty.
And he's pulling away from Pluto, who has damage. So Pluto definitely can be concerned about what happened with Adam Fab, and definitely be concerned about a penalty, but with Adam Fab at least. But is it even enough for boss plays? I know he has a penalty, but is he enough for on track? Milo losing it through these corners. He's got to keep it on track though. But Kagoda enters the Parabolica for the final time. Mercedes is back on top with 3 wins this season for Kagoda. They're back on top. Kagoda extends the championship lead and wins in Monza, while Milo Gaming for a P2 finish will take P2. Milo, P2 for the 3rd time this season, but for the podium, it is boss plays ahead of Pluto, but off of penalties, Pluto gets it, and Silent to the line. Silent P5 finishes in the top 5 for the 1st time this season, but to the line, B-Nick and Crumply Tripod for P8. B-Nick, 7th.
B-Nick. Davis goes 9th.
Crumply Tripod down to 10th. Wow.
Must have a lot of penalties. And, yeah.
Gonna invite the top 4 finishers to the lobby or to the party. Well, congratulations on your guys' podiums. Well, yeah, there you go. Aaron, okay, there you go. Either way, what a battle for that P3 spot. Kagoda pulled the right strategy, won the race. Polo, I gotta ask you before I do post-race interviews, how'd you look at that race, though, compared to the other races? At least it was dry.
It was dry, but I'm not gonna lie, that was quite a dirty race. I mean, there was a lot of incidents up and down the field. I mean, it was exciting for us. There's definitely going to be a lot of penalties dished out, a lot of clips sent in, and I believe. I mean, I kind of enjoyed it, but honestly, from a driving point of view, it wasn't. From a driving point of view, that was probably one of the worst races this season.
Agreed. Yeah, I mean, Adam Fab, a championship contender, was involved in some incidents as well, I will say. So he'll be looked at if he'll be finishing where he does. So everything will be looked at. We'll have to find out. But Kagoda, make sure you include your audio. Race winner, 3 wins this season, 2nd person to do so. So the big 3, you guys have had a total of 8 wins now out of the 9 races. Beatnik being the only one who's got a win besides you guys. How do you look at the big 3 out of yourself compared to everyone else?
Um, that's probably my best win this season. I have no idea how I took those tires so long. I worked out in my head that it was they were worn down by about 4 or 5% the lap. And I was definitely going to get punctured if I kept driving the way I was. So
Yeah, I could tell.
it was going to go to 80% that I worked out, and it down to 70. I have no idea how I didn't get punctured.
Yeah, a lot went on. What were your tires like? Because you held on. And Milo, his lap times were falling off. We saw your lap times. They were mixed. They weren't consistent.
Um, yeah, I guess the safety car, versus safety car kind of helped me keep the temperatures down a bit. They were kind of starting to overheat a bit through the high speed corners. Um, I was just avoiding the curbs on the left of the car. All the other tires were fine apart from the rear left, and I knew the curbs were wearing them down quite a lot, so I was just tiptoeing around and trying to avoid the curbs as much as possible.
So, you extend your championship lead after the race Pluto and Adam Fav had. Pluto was in the lead for a little while. Then he had to pit, of course, but why do you think he did the strategy he did? Because you now extend the championship lead at least by 10 more points.
To be honest, I think he was just a bit unlucky with when the full safety car came out. I think he had already passed the pit lane or something, and couldn't go for the same strategy me and Milo did. But yeah, Jeff said I should have put it on lap 18, but I was going to the end after I saw Silent drop behind so many people after he put it. I was just kind of decide whether I would go on the sauce or just stay out.
Did you think you're gonna get a puncture there? Did you think your race win was over after you saw the tires? Did you just think keep it on track because you had to do a lot with the tires?
Um, yeah, I definitely thought I was going to get puncture. I remember tier 1 last season I did take, I got damage or something,
Yeah.
on lap 1 turn 1 and had to take the hards about 18 laps or something, and then the safety car was kind of saved me. So I remember you could take the hards quite a long time in the race. So I just thought I'd try. I mean, my qualifying was ruined by my invalid lap, so I started like 10th or something. So I just thought I'd try it, and it worked.
Once you saw the yellow flags late in the race with XR Wave for Utah and Davis as well. I know the VSC came out, but were you getting tier 1 flashbacks because you were in that tier 1 race last season that the late race safety car happened?
Yeah, I was considering pitting after the VSC came out, but I just thought they showed the gap between Milo and Pluto, and I would have dropped behind him, so I just thought I'll just save the tires as much as possible for the last 5 laps. Yeah, Pluto was really until he had the pit, so he probably would have won if that safety car didn't happen.
Polo, do you have any questions for Pluto?
You mean
Or not
Kagoda?
Pluto, Pagoda. Oh my god. Oh my.
Okay, Crofty. Anyways, no, congrats on the win. Another dominant drive. Very good tire saving today. And well done for another Irish Mercedes win.
Always mention
Yes.
it, always mention it.
I'll have to mention it.
Always have to. Hey, you go with Milo Gaming, Polo. You talked to him who finished P2 today.
Milo, amazing drive today with the strategy nailing. Oh my god, my dog. Anyway, my dog's just there barking infinitely. Anyways,
You happy, Milo? That's
yeah, yes. um, Milo, yeah, you did really well with the pinning on the safety car. It paid off because although your tires did go off at the very end, Did you think you were gonna get a puncture with the circumstances at the end of the race?
Yes, it's the short answer to that. They were far beyond 80%. I just pushed a little too hard trying to catch Kagoda, who was battling boss plays at the time with the mediums, so it's kind of when they started to die a lot. But end of the race, I was just lean and none, minimise the wheel spin, short shift, hope for the best. I did consider pitting under that very short VSC, but I just gambled on track position and just luck being in my favour. And I just drove through all of the collisions that took place and managed to finish P2.
Yeah, without that safety car, did you think you were gonna finish on the podium, or did you think like you were gonna finish way lower than you anticipated?
Yeah, unfortunately at the start, I was kind of held up a little bit and lost a couple of positions, so I was in a really bad spot for the rest of the race, right in the mid pack where stuff could go wrong easily. So yeah, without that safety car, I definitely would not be here.
Yeah, I don't really know what else to ask, but because you kind of had a really, really lonely race once everyone pitted and you were in P2. Yeah, you so yeah, you were very I don't know. You were very cautious with the tires. Definitely. Well, towards the end, especially. What was I gonna ask? Did you never mind. Forget me. Just congrats on P2. I can't think of anything else to say. PNG,
Thank you.
You're fired. Just kidding.
I'm fired. Yes, fire me. Sue me.
Regardless, Milo, I gotta talk about that P2. This is the third time this season you finished P2. You know, you've been in contention for wins. You've been in contention to run at the front. You've been on the podium. You know, when is that first win coming for you?
I mean, this was the phase in the season I was hoping for with the pole at Silverstone. It was all going my way, but the wet weather just sort of dampened my chance. No, stop. Anyway, yeah, Italy. I had a pretty competitive time trial, so I was just hoping, let's try and get lucky in qualifying, maybe pick up a toe. Didn't happen. Had a really poor qualifying for my standards as well. Made a big error in the lap. So I can't really tell you where this first win is coming. I'm just gonna try and, you know, take risks. Obviously, not risks that will put others in danger and that will cruelly take away their wins, but I felt like I've been a little bit too cautious.
Speaking of kind of cautious, I'd say you battled with Finn, who you battled with last week. To speak about that, I mean, you charged away through the field, you came back to the front, finished P2. Did you ever think the battles with those guys were gonna hurt your chance at Kagoda?
Yeah, they certainly did take me out of DRS, of who I needed to be fighting with on the same strategy. So, yeah.
Now, we go to Germany next week. We go to Mexico, USA, Brazil to finish off the season. 4 races left in this championship. You know, Kagoda, Pluto, Adam 5, they're in that fight, but Adam 5 didn't score many points today. Was really down in the lower part of the points. He's about a race behind now. He, depending on penalties, could probably be almost 40 points behind. I think you're the one closest to him. So, I gotta ask then. Do you think you can at least steal third in the championship if everything goes right for you, and if Adam 5 keeps having the races he's having?
That's the goal. I think I do deserve it. I've really enjoyed. I know enjoyment doesn't really come with rewards, but I've enjoyed every race. I've prepared well for every race, and I've got results from most races. So I'm just gonna keep pushing like I have done throughout the season, and finishing in the top 3 would that'd be a big bonus.
Well, definitely got to ask the tires at the end. It looked like they were done. Your lap times were flowing up consistently, but tell me about before that. You had consistent laps. You were staying with Kagoda. Kagoda probably, I would say, is probably the first or second fastest driver in Tier 2. I can probably say that. And I've said it before, probably should be in Tier 1. But with that being said, Milo, with the stuff right there, with the stuff going back and forth with the gap between him, it was close between you guys. You stayed even with his gap. Now, does that give you any confidence for the next few races then, in the final 4?
Yeah, I mainly stayed within about 3 seconds. They were going side by side at some corners, but as soon as he was released into clean air, I'm just gonna tone down my pace. He's gonna run away with this anyway. There's a 15-second gap behind, so I know I'm not quite there with among the quickest drivers, but it's just nice to know that you're there or thereabouts, you know. Couple of tenths, so maybe that will swing into my favour.
We'll have to find out. Good luck in commentary with me for Tier 1 tomorrow, and congratulations on P2.
Thank you.
Pluto, now to you. I know it wasn't the best of races, include your audio, because it didn't go too well after the damage. It was not good for you after you picked up damage from Adam 5, a championship contender. You guys are supposed to be the ones catching Kagoda. Why'd you guys collide? Why do you think you guys collide at least?
Well, in the fine words of Charles Leclerc, Adam is and will always be stupid. He defends every position like it's the last lap of Monaco. I really don't understand it. He goes stupidly deep into turn 1. I leave him the room, I go slowly, and I'm on the outside of turn 2. And he comes like a truck straight, like perpendicular to the corner, and takes my wing off. How the hell is that racing? Yeah, he is too aggressive. Sometimes he's fair, sometimes he's overly aggressive, and this is one of the times he's overly aggressive. Yeah. I had a nice start to the race. I had like a 1.6 lead before the first safety car. Then the second safety car, I don't know how I had a 2.6. Hang on, what was there a second safety car? Oh no, never mind. The restart, that's what I meant. And after the pit stops, I knew I had to get the hammer down and try and catch Kagoda because I knew he was going to the end. And I think I wouldn't have caught him, to be honest. I definitely would have had Milo, seeing as I came, what was it, like 5 seconds behind with damage and losing about 5 seconds because of Adam's initial crash. But yeah, I think I would have had P2, but P1 was off the cards today.
Now, you're not the first to say about Adam Fav's defending and racing the way he has. Raves before last season did. I mean, many people have before. This wouldn't be the first time. So, do you think he needs to calm down his racing? Do you think he needs to drive better to stay in the championship? Because he's 30 plus points behind now.
There's no way you can be a championship contender and drive like that. You're gonna become a target for everyone else. Everyone already knows how bad of a driver he is when it comes to defending. So I think we just have to be cautious around him, especially when we know we're quicker, because he's just gonna end races like he did with mine today.
Now, you battle your teammate as well, Matty Mumu. It looked like you were on for a good finish, but the damage caused that. Do you think if it weren't for that, you would have been on for a P2, maybe even closer to Kagoda and closing that gap in?
Well, yeah, obviously I would have been closer to Kagoda, but it would still have been at least 6 seconds-ish. I didn't actually look at the time at the end, but I knew I wouldn't have caught him. It was a big gap after that safety car. After that pit stop. But, yeah, it was Kagoda's win after that safety car.
Yeah, do you think you're still in championship contention? There's Mexico, well, Germany, which you could have won last season as well, just like this race. Mexico, USA, Brazil. Do you think you're still in championship contention, or do you think it's over, or close to over?
Yeah, I am still in contention. It's less than a race win, the gap. But yeah, I think Adam's fucked it. To be honest, I think he's lost his head. He has to calm down, or he's going to be out of the championship.
Now, how do you go beating Kagoda then next week at Germany? How do you go? You don't have the same issues you had this week with him.
I know I'm a lot quicker at Germany than I am at Italy, and looking at the pace I had today, I think I should be on for a win. It should be my race to lose in my eyes, but you never know. People are fast.
Polo, do you have any questions for our third place finisher? By the way, congrats on third.
Congrats on third. No, I don't.
Cheers.
All right, I want to invite Silent too, who recovered after that. Be down in P9 after that. I want to talk to him because I think he deserves an interview for the keeping it clean, the way he ran first top 5 of the season. Definitely deserves an interview, in my opinion. The battle keeper.
I agree. Well, how the hell did
Yeah,
he get
he
to
was.
second after the restart?
The mess. I don't know. The mess. That's all I gotta say. But this was really the race where I think reserves. It was like their race to show what they can do. You know, when people aren't here. You know, it's really their race to show what they can do. And I think Crumply, Tripod, a few others, X or Wafer, Boss Plays, just some guys like those are really guys who can show what they're capable of doing. And they tried showing that today, and they had a good chance. Podiums. So did Big Chungus. Buddy, binned it. Silent, now to you. Includes your audio. Hey,
Yes.
P5, you kept your car clean this time. You know, I'll joke with you about that for a while, but still, regardless, you led the race this time. You kept it in the lead. You didn't have any issues, you know. Tell me about the safety car restart, though, because there was a bunch of trouble. I don't know where you restarted, but you came up to second. Tell me about your race. Make sure your audio's included.
So I think I restarted back in 8th or 9th, can't remember, and then 2 cars spun, so the field accelerated, but like everybody was still braking, so I had to go past the people who were on the inside, and then I got 5 seconds, which held me up in the pits. So yeah.
Do you feel, if it weren't for that 5 second that we saw, do you feel that you could have been on contention for a podium? Because if it weren't for that, you were only like 2, 3, 4 seconds off the podium on track.
Yeah, I think I could have got P3 because I wouldn't have had a penalty because I wasn't battling Chungus, and yeah, so yeah.
The drive through the field, 9th to 5th there. Pretty interesting from your part. I mean, you actually had a race where you were able to keep it clean, you know, actually be able to battle people, you know, a race where you were able to have nothing go wrong besides the 5 seconds. You know, that just little mistake. I mean, do you feel this is a sign of progression? Do you feel this is a sign of some true pace or some, you know, something to spark around?
Yeah, I think it shows my true pace. I think I've just been unlucky with what's happened in past races, but yeah, I reckon I could have had the win today if I pitted for the hards, but yeah, I thought there would have been a nice safety car and gambled on the mediums.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta expect something to happen, but it was close to happen. There was another VSC. How mad were you when the VSC came out instead of the safety car?
I wasn't that mad because it kind of helped me in a way to catch back up to Pluto and all that, but yeah, just didn't have the pace. My tyres were too dead to attack after pitting for softs.
Now, back last season, you were on podium at this time, Canada twice, on pole. Thinking here, with all that being said, you won the last season's, or the last race of the last season, Abu Dhabi. That's when your stuff turned around. You didn't win till the last season. Till the last race last season. You know, you're closer to the podium this time. You're closer to the front. You're in the top 5 with this race. How do you look at your stuff into the next race and into the final 4 races? Because you could possibly have luck turn around and maybe you could win a race or be on podium. Do you see that as a possibility?
What race is it next?
It's Germany, Mexico, USA, Brazil, the final 4.
Germany, I'm gonna be lost probably. I hate that. And then the other 3, I reckon I'll have a chance at. But yeah, today I just wrong strategy, and yeah.
Well, Racing Point team gets a better result with you today. So how happy about that are you? Because you guys get 10 points for today.
Yeah. It's good getting more points. I'm just hoping that Finn gets a bit luckier next time and can get a point or two. But yeah, happy for getting more and more points for a team since I've let them down all season.
The next 4 tracks: Germany, Mexico, USA, Brazil. Which 4 do you see yourself getting a win at the best? Or which track do you see yourself close to a win or close to a podium the most?
I really like Mexico and Brazil, so could have a chance there, but yeah, I'm not sure. It'd be hard competing with Plo and everyone up there.
Now, where you sit in points compared to everyone else this season so far? Yeah, I see a lot of tickets already from this. Where you sit in points compared to everyone else? You sit around 15th. You're gonna move up with this at least to around 12th, around there, that area, 11th. Where do you see yourself as a target getting in points?
Inside the top 10, I would love to get after missing races and what's happened like so far, but yeah, hopefully get inside top 10 and get racing point up the constructors a little bit.
Congratulations on P5. Polo, do you have any questions for the P5 finisher?
And no, congrats on a great comeback drive, I guess.
Thanks.
Polo, let's talk about that race though for a minute in the preparation for the Tier 1 tomorrow. Well, I wouldn't say we saw the cleanest race, but we saw a better lap 1 start to that race than Tier 3 for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Both Tier 2 and Tier 3 is kind of a bit of a bad omen for Tier 1 tomorrow because both races haven't been the cleanest. I wouldn't say they've been like overly dirty, but I'd say this race hasn't been the best in terms of driving. You've seen Adam Fab on Pluto, some spins from drivers, some collisions, some people cutting corners. You saw Finn on cutting across Adam Fab. I think it was Adam Fab, it was Adam Fab, giving him damage out of turn 2. So yeah, that was pretty stupid. I mean, don't want to be harsh, but kind of stupid driving from some drivers today.
Adam Fab Pluto kind of rivalry, I guess, or just the way it looks right now. You know, Pluto's not too happy with Adam. Adam's not too happy
It's
with
a
what
rivalry,
Pluto
it's a prick.
said. So, but regardless,
Not wrong.
between those two, we could possibly see stuff continue. We don't know. Pluto, we don't know if we could see that continue into future races. We don't know if we could see that rivalry kind of be something we would have to look out for. Yeah, so we'll have to find out if that's something to okay. We'll have to find out if that's something to look out for. We'll have to find out the championship battle so far, because I believe I'm correct. The points that separate Kagoda and Pluto are 12 points, I'm pretty sure. Something like that. So it's close to the championship still. You know, the battle is definitely on, and we'll have to find out what goes on. Italy definitely did provide a decent race for us, but you know, there was always a battle, there was always back and forth drama, but you know, it was always something to watch out for compared to the monsoon races. So yeah, we'll have to be happy about that we got a dry one today, and yeah, we'll have to find out what goes on in the next races and see how things turn out. Either way, Tier 1 is tomorrow. We'll have to find out what goes on there. With Boker, Rapalucas, Razone, Jack, John, do they come back and challenge at the front? Who knows? We'll have to find out. The championship is still on there. The championship could be won as early as Germany next week in Tier 1. So, keep the watch on in Tier 1, because if you're not watching Tier 1, I would recommend watching it, because the battle at the front of the field has got much closer. You see back and forth drama. You see a lot going on in Tier 1. Boker only led 8 laps in the last, really, 5 races. So, we could see something different. We could see Razone win. We could see Rapalucas win. We could see Jack or John. We saw the field so close. We could see a late race safety car like we saw last season. Milo, if you're still here, what do you expect to do that race tomorrow?
Hopefully another dry race, because we do get the drama. We've seen a massive pile up in Tier 3, a few heated moments in Tier 2 today where people just don't listen to you don't win the race on lap 1, and obviously the safety car completely changed the outcome, so we could see much of the same, or we could see a little bit of rain, which would be worse.
Spice things up though if it's qualifying. I would say, at least in my opinion, but you know, I've already talked to teams. I've already talked to many teams. Teams thinking about a tow. Milo, what do you think about that? A lot of teams thinking about the tow tomorrow. Not many people I don't think have done the tow. I think only one team today did the tow, or one team so far this weekend.
Yeah, obviously if it's dry, then we'll see a more organised qualifying. I know that Tier 1 drivers do put the most effort into their races and their strategy and etc, etc, so they will be more organised, leaving the pit lane, giving them each other a tow. We'll see who prioritises who.
ABS Jarvan Tax did the tow last season. I don't think anyone else did a tow last season else besides them. Those were the only guys to do a tow. I know Typhoon and Polo, you guys done a tow at Britain, a different track. So we could see a tow tomorrow between you two, possibly. We don't know. I mean, it's all for debate. It's all for questions. It's all for, you know, us to ask. You know, is this gonna happen? You know, it's all a big question. But is it really gonna show us a big answer? Is it gonna show us what we want? We'll have to find out. Tier 1 is tomorrow, Sunday, 12 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. UK. We'll have to find out what goes on in that championship battle. 41 points separate the race lead in that championship. It's going to be a great battle. So, make sure you tune in tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. UK, Italy. We return here, and we'll see you guys then. You guys have a great day.